Hey, welcome back to Spilled Ink, the Comics Wellspring live drawing show where we're spilling ink and spilling tea. And I'm your host, Brandon Blocksdorf. With me is the amazing co-host, Max Flowers. Hello, Max.
Hello.
And we have a spectacular guest with us tonight. You may know him from a couple episodes ago, but we were hanging out all weekend on Buffalo Comic Con. And you know what? This is an American holiday, so we had to bring the Canadian in. Hello, Doug Knight. How are you this evening?
What's going on, buddy? I'm doing good. Actually, I had one of my buddies that I'm working on a project with me wish me happy 4th of July, and he's like, "What do you guys do? You even celebrate?" I was like, "No, man, we don't celebrate that. We got something else, but it's it's just as important. we it's all right. We shoot rockets into the sky. It's all good."
Yeah, man. It's I was realizing when I was scheduling people last night, and Max and I were like, should we do an episode still? It's like the 4th. Like, do you want to just take a week off? And we're like, nah, we gotta still draw. And everyone else is celebrating the 4th. And I was like, you know what? Mr. Doug Knight's Canadian. This is the guy. This is the one we're doing.
I got in on by technicality, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Way to cut the
any
line.
chance to spend time is cool.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, how was your week been since you got back from Buffalo?
Pretty cool, man. I had to do like a how-to video edit. And so I spent a couple days making all that up and was able to beat my deadline on it. That was cool. And that's pretty much it, man. Just making some more sketch covers and stuff.
Yeah, I see that. You're killing it right now on those sketch
covers.
covers.
What I did today.
Those sketch covers are awesome, man.
Thanks, man. I did that one in Buffalo.
So good. I watched him draw that the whole time.
I also did that one in Buffalo.
Yes, man.
I did this one the other night.
Sick.
And finished this one today. And what else? Oh, and I did that one at the Galleria Mall.
Oh, whoa! I haven't seen that one yet. That's sick.
Yeah, those are dope.
I've been doing it. It's yeah. It's fun. It's cool working on the black covers and the gray covers and the different titles that I wouldn't have brought attention to or anything before. So now I got a little Crisis on Infinite Earths Robin going on here.
Dude, Crisis on Infinite Earths was the first comic I ever read.
Really?
I like that.
Yeah.
Check this out. You want to see the first time I ever read it? Watch. Parentheses for anybody that doesn't know, I am legally blind, so reading comic books has always been out of my realm of comfort because the font is too small, but it doesn't prevent me from making comics because I can write whatever damn size I want.
Love how you just always got to bring that up, don't you, Doug? No.
Well, listen, man, it's an icebreaker.
For audiences who don't know, like Doug and I are buddies, so we con together a lot. You can see in the post. So if we pick on each other, it's purely out of love.
And for the record, when we couldn't sell water to thirsty people in Buffalo, Brandon was the first person to be like, "Yo, and this guy's blind."
Hey, if you got a sale, like
anything to get the hype train generating on that one. It was such an interesting show. It was a really fun show, but there was some points where everything was just so much busier around us.
Yeah, honestly though, that monster booth was rough to work around. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, delivering beautiful poison to many people for free.
Dude, I died. I swear to God. Yeah, I never want to drink a monster again, dude. I moved my swear to God, dude. Monday I had a migraine so bad.
Yeah,
and I know it's because I was drinking 2 monsters a day.
Well, so Max, there was a booth across from us that was free monster samples, like full cans of monster, and I saw one dude go back 6 times in like 4 hours.
Hell yeah!
but like I only drink coffee and water, so it was
Same.
At the end of the show, I went and I jokingly apologized to the guys, like I can't afford your brand of rot, dude.
But yeah, I'm an energy drink enjoyer for sure.
I used to when I was young, man, but
But no, I mean you're right. It's funny though because you go to like concerts and stuff, right? And Monster sponsors all the concerts, and so everybody's chugging just straight Monster and not like water or anything. And Monster will just make you crazy dehydrated.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Worst possible thing. All the backstage people have Monster branded water that they drink.
Oh whoa. That's
Really?
insane.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's called deep well water. And now you can buy it.
You can't die.
Yeah. So what's your guys' favorite Robin, if you have one?
I was looking King Robin or Robin King.
I don't know that one.
That's the
that's
Batman
the death
who
metal
laughs.
version.
Yeah, the Batman who laughs
okay.
at Robin. That's who that
Okay.
was.
That was my favorite, just because like that entire series, the way that they put a twist on every character was like, I don't know. I just like, I picked up and I was like, I feel like my break from comics was broken by the fact that like Superman was wearing like a set of brass knuckles, and when he punched at people, it would brand them and stuff. Like,
Yeah, dude.
they they hit some heavy notes with that book. And then when like you saw Robin was done like Rob Halford, like
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool to see. Like anything where it's like they really twist the boundaries of what what
the character is. Yeah. I like I mean I grew up watching the Teen Titans show, the animated one. So like that Robin, and then like the arc, the Red X arc is super freaking cool.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
cool.
Yeah, I really like Red X. But I don't know. I think Robin's kind of like a weird character to exist in the universe who doesn't get a lot of attention, you know what I mean?
Think Teen Titans, like the cartoon, the Teen Titans Go or whatever, I think they really point out how kind of funny like his inferiority complex must be and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I've always my son is a big Teen Titans kid, and so like when I showed him the original, like the 90s or the early 2000s version, he's like, "Oh, it's so serious." So like, no, man. It's
Have you seen the movie where they go to Japan?
Buddy, I've seen all of them. I like
there you go.
Purchased them. I'm all about it. The funny enough was I think my son watched it for the first time when he was like maybe 5 or 6, and like very joking, like very cute. He watches it, "Hey dad, if you went to Japan, would you kiss a girl?" And I was like, sitting beside my wife, I was like, yeah.
That's funny. That's pretty good.
It's really cool though.
Fucking I like Dick, not gonna lie. I like
Yep.
Dick.
Yeah.
Good old favorite. But Dick, aside from, I like Dick in the sense of like mid like college day Dick. That's my favorite version of Dick.
Like
a little bit older
character.
Where he has like the cool like leg pants, like the green legs, and he has like kind of the armor a little built up and everything. That's right before he becomes Nightwing.
I think that's kind of what I'm drawing here. I think that's what I'm going for. That's the spirit animal that I'm going for.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Carrie Kelly is another. I mean,
are we talking Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah, honorable mention for me.
Yeah, she was speaking Gen or Millennial or no Gen Z. What's the new one? What's the kids that speak all the crazy slang?
Gen Z.
Yeah, she was speaking Gen Z before Millennials.
Dude, for real, she crafted that straight up. That was all Miller foretold the future there.
He's actually from the future.
I have a hard time actually drawing superheroes, just because I never really was like into it. So I drawn dudes in weird suits doing action things is like not my bag. But I want
to the brooding pose, man.
I've never really drawn too many superheroes. I feel like I've never done like the Batman, Robin, like Bat Family type of stuff. Like everything I'm doing here is pretty first time, because I'm always trying to avoid faces and like anatomy. So I've never done this before.
Yeah, because you haven't studied it, huh?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's what this show's for.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
it's
we do with.
tricky.
But you know what? Like,
Wow.
dude, compared to how I would approach stuff previously, dude, I fucking jammed through this piece this afternoon. And I think it's like some of the coolest shit I've done, like just by like, oh, I'm just gonna pencil some stuff. And like I was just, yeah, I had fun. I like posed a couple action figures. I looked up like 2 images and I had a blast.
That's
Yeah,
the way
well,
to do it.
yeah, for sure. Keep it loose, keep it easy. Yeah, I don't know. I think the sketch covers have been really fun for getting into because it kind of forces me to draw more superheroes and stuff. And like I've got my vibe and the super wicked White Cell Squadron, all that kind of fun stuff. But I think as you try to jockey yourself for career futures and dancing to the beat, that means learning how to draw the costumes and stuff and making it flow easily.
Yeah, like, commissions that you do, Doug, really kick ass with some of this stuff. Like, really get some attention.
Yeah,
You were
thanks,
doing some
man.
really cool Green Lantern and shit too. I didn't really cool Green Lantern that you
I
just posted up.
almost had this Robin holding the ring, like he
Oh,
was going to
really?
get the Green Lantern powers. Yeah,
That'd be sick.
but it was a little bit of a reach. And I already did a Green Lantern sketch cover, so I don't want to look like I don't want to look like I'm trying to draw Hal Jordan Green Lantern. If I get a Green Lantern, I want to do John Stewart.
Nice.
That's my Green Lantern. Dag nabbit. Where's my?
I actually, Hal is my favorite Green Lantern, but I grew up with like Rebirth, and Rebirth was one of my favorite series ever, dude.
Hal is like
But
exactly what
Kyle,
the world doesn't need right now.
no, I know for real. Kyle is also like top tier in my generation.
No, we're going even going back to the Robin. I really love like Damien. For like I don't know the obvious reason, like he's just a sadistic. Like he's got the kill switch. So like even it's kind of the cool thing about all the different variations. Here's my toolbox, everybody. This is my sign-in marker. There's a bunch of the markers that I sometimes use, sometimes don't, and I always keep the brushes on hand because I've learned that I like to mess around with those Poscas. Like I'll run the wet and then I'll brush it out with the like acrylic brush. Works pretty neat.
What's the go-to pen?
The 0.1 micron.
Oh,
Really
okay.
fun. And then I've got these. Brandon turned me on to these Pentels, brush pens. So they're pretty cool, but I find that like they're a bit of a tough to control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the bleed is unpredictable, whereas like my Windsor Newt #2 is like exactly how it hits every time. Where's that bad point? There you go. Windsor Newton #2. I think everybody's got one. It's fantastic. I love it.
I do.
Like it.
I do too. I don't know where. No, it's not that.
Yeah, the #1 is cool too. #1's a solid brush.
Definitely need to get one.
But you gotta be careful because they damage easy. And then you get a #4 and look out, you don't even. That's like that's some heavy filler right there.
I've got like oil painting flat brushes next to me right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I like a good acrylic brush because dry brushing everything is super fun. Just beating the hell out of the page. Here we go.
Yeah.
0.5. And then there's also some, like I don't know if it's the Micron or the Copic is pretty good, but some of the markers don't actually like they're not bleed resistant. So you'll spend all this time inking your stuff, and then you'll run over with an alcohol-based marker and it starts to smudge like. Grrr!
Yeah, I think that the ink that I use isn't totally waterproof either, and I wish it was, but it doesn't super matter really.
One second. Yes, Ronnie. Okay, but no, don't come down here. That's awesome. You guys are listening to a conversation with a nude 4-year-old.
Nice. Hell yeah.
That's I've accepted that, like, instead of trying to be perfect about, always maintaining silence and stuff, being a family person and doing this hustle is being a family person and doing this hustle. So,
Well, also
Yep.
like doing so many creator interviews and stuff like that, like, people freak out. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. There's background noise," or my kid was running around. It's like, no, man, we do this in our downtime. This isn't like your 9 to 5, or we have to like get after you and whatnot. Like, no,
yeah, but even still, like, I think that, one of the cool parts about my childhood was like going to work with my dad and like, learning how to swear from all the contractors and stuff and like, the don't tell your mom we said that, all that kind of fun stuff. So like um being able to include my kids, you know,
yeah,
not on the job site, but like in seeing what I'm doing and stuff is really fun.
My dad's a landscape architect, and he's done a lot of work for Disney, and so it was really cool going, even when he wasn't working for Disney, really cool going into the office and seeing those huge blueprints and layouts and stuff,
Yeah.
and pouring over those was really cool.
Now, what my issue with landscapers is?
What?
Goddamn millimeters. So I was laughing with, I don't know, how's the camera picking up the inks? Can you guys see how this is going?
oh yeah, it's looking great. You're good.
Oh yeah.
I got an arm. The I was talking about this on a meeting the other day, how like, so I in teaching the file setup for the project that I'm a part of, they sent me the templates, and one was in inches, the other one was in millimeters, and the other one was in centimeters. And so when I was teaching like how to set up the files, and like it was a good thing because I was able to show like how on Clip Studio you can, and Procreate, you can jump between your units of measurement and stuff like that when you're setting up your files. But I was like, I feel like I'm in grade one again. Like when I was in grade one, we had centimeter cubes, inch blocks, and we learned everything because our like education system was so back and forth on whether we were metric or imperial. It's so back and forth on metric and imperial that I still get tripped up on which is which because we got taught everything like congruently.
My
Yeah, we
God.
didn't learn anything in American school.
Yeah, we suck, dude.
That's the real answer.
Well, at least we all suck together. Hey. But I'll tell you this much. Shout out to Dinosaur Barbecue.
What's dinosaur barbecue?
Well, okay, so you're vegetarian also, right, Max?
Actually, I started eating. Well, I've been eating fish for a while, but we started eating chicken just because it was affordable.
Okay. Yeah, but Dinosaur Barbecue is this barbecue joint, and there's like 3 locations: Buffalo, Rochester, and I think Syracuse. My wife and I we're like when I sign up for the Buffalo show, she's like, "Oh my god, let's go to Dinosaur Barbecue." So we eat like little slow cooked kings and queens for an evening.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man, I like some good smoke. Smoked meat.
I do enjoy some good smoke myself.
Yes, you do. But yeah, no, it was the conventions are cool, man. I still gotta work on learning how to travel a little bit lighter. I think for the first year of touring, my focus was so heavily on like being seen and standing out and having like so much stuff that like I had like an overstock and stuff. But now I think I'm just gonna start either like obviously pre-shipping to the States, and then traveling light, like just a banner and a couple books just to prove that I'm not a imposter, but basically just travel with sketch covers from now on. Like I've been stopped at the border enough times now to be like, I don't want this anymore.
I've been toying around with the idea of making an original art like portfolio and carrying that, so I'm not carrying originals around.
Yeah.
And if people like something, they can, place the order and I'll ship it to them. Yeah.
Yeah. The sketch cover thing is cool because like Again, I've been fortunate enough to, and I mean, we all are fortunate enough to have these other friends in the industry that are like have been doing it long enough that when you have those tough questions, like what do I sell this for? They can smack you in the back of the head and be like, more dummy, you know.
Yeah.
So I had that conversation in Buffalo with the powerful Kevin Delgado, and it was good because when you realize that like if you get into the flow of this stuff, there's like you can actually generate, you can make your table and then have a good time and stuff. Um, so it's all a learning process.
Yeah, I think we're forever learning especially as just like convention landscape shift and stuff,
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're
Always
always
new.
shit. Like, oh my gosh.
Dude, well, I got to table 3 times in the last month. 4 times in the last 2 months if you count Free Comic Book Day and what I did there. But every single show was just wildly different. Like you go to different things for different reasons essentially. Like none of it's the same.
Yeah.
Which way do I do this shit?
What are you trying to do?
I have some Pentel ink. I'm gonna try putting into this fucking nib that I haven't used before. I have a
Good luck, man.
speedball. I've never used a speedball before.
Oh, like a
Make
traditional.
sure that
No, it's this right here. It's like I have.
It's a fountain pen.
It's a fountain pen.
what base is the ink? Is it a waterproof base?
I have no idea. It looks like this. Oh, it looks like this thing is refillable.
But check and see what the ink is, because if it's not waterproof, if you try to paint over it, it's going to get fudged up.
Oh fuck. I'm not too sure. I just found it like in my arsenal. I really don't know where it came from.
No disrespect to Speedball, but I believe that it was Speedball I learned the waterproof lesson on.
Yeah, that's what I use is Speedball Super Black.
Yeah.
Which I think they tout as being waterproof, but I don't believe that it is. So, but I could be super wrong.
Let me try to look this up real fast.
As long as you know your material, you can like work around a lot of it.
Totally. I think I gave this Robin a bit of a.
I looked up Speedball, and it's like Speedball, Powerball, or over and under is the polydrug mixture of a stimulant with a depressant, usually an opioid.
Oh my god.
Speedball pin.
Isn't this podcast sponsored by Comics Wellspring?
Yep, it is indeed.
They don't endorse drug use. We're just informing.
Just to make sure you type in Speedball pin when you Google stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I learned the lesson, so you don't have to.
You're doing the people's work, Brandon.
That's what everybody's dying to know.
Yeah. What fucking? I don't know what size it is.
Oh, my little magnet drawing figure guys are going to be here soon.
Oh, really? Mine probably are.
Those things. Yeah, those things are cool. I've yet to like really play around with one, but I've seen them in a few like art shops and stuff.
Yeah, well, I bought like the cheaper ones off of the Smiley Face company. That I don't know, everybody's got a problem with, but when you're a parent, everything's Amazon.
Yeah, for us.
And like it was cool until my kids got their hands on it, and then when I went to pose it, it was like just if a marionette, all the strings are broken basically. Like you go to pose them, he just like comes back to like his original position. Like, oh, come on now. So hopefully these guys are a little bit more durable. But I got a 2-pack, so I'm excited to do like some dynamic like fight scenes and stuff.
Sick.
Did I? Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
I wasn't sure if I froze or if I just started boring you.
No, I'm trying to figure out how I could reload this ink still. I might just use a different pen and not function with this right now. It's fine. I don't need
it. Probably just takes a carton, like a little cartridge.
It does, but it looks refillable too.
You could probably refill it, but you need probably like a needle tip bottle like this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, do not got that. Do not have that.
What's
We're just
what's
bringing
Blocksdorf
some,
eating tonight?
cookies. Cookies.
Max, you want to know how good a friend I am?
Huh.
Oh yeah, what?
I went to a coffee shop and got a snack for myself and my wife. And when I knew that Brandon has limited options, I asked if their options were vegan.
Oh man.
Lord's work. You got me this dope little like thing. It was super good.
Shout out to Overwinter Coffee.
I'm gonna come back to the Superboy because I was vibing these bottom two. I feel like this Robin and like Carrie Kelly Batman came out good, but I was not vibing Superboy.
I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna throw a background in here or not.
Man, I did like some ambiguous building shapes. Worst
Yeah.
case, at the very least, it gives you something that you can just kind of like kill more time and fluff around with. I'm going high collar Robin though. Now, in terms of adaptations of Robin, have they done
Dude.
anything since Chris O'Donnell?
No.
Oh yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, kind of.
Are you talking exclusively film?
Yeah.
Yeah, nope. Because they've been focusing on a younger Batman, you know, like
Before he got lonely.
yeah, before he became a father.
Yeah, right.
I love that though. I love like they worked so hard on teasing Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a Robin, and then he basically was just Robin in Beverly Hills Cop, and it was exactly what I wanted.
Really? Oh, I haven't seen that. That's amazing.
It's fantastic. I watched it. It was my morning movie, and like I'm just really happy. So like Eddie Murphy's always reminded me very much of my dad. Like same sense of humor, same style, all that kind of jazz, and so like just to see him like continue to do funny movies and stuff again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you guys gonna watch Penguin when it comes out?
Oh, for sure.
I'll sleep through it.
I'll watch it probably.
Who's playing Penguin?
It's still Colin
it-
Farrell.
Yeah, but they made a, you know, he's not recognizable because they put him in a huge suit instead of like hiring somebody that actually looks like Penguin.
Right. Well, makeup artists are doing good stuff these days.
That's true. I mean, I do
Yeah.
like a good makeup artist, but it's an odd choice. I feel like it's a weird cast.
I feel like it's something that he really pushed for.
Yeah, right. You could tell he wanted to be part of this and like figured something out.
Did what movie? He was in The Gentleman. He played a really good role in The Gentleman. It was a fun movie. If you're into the Guy Ritchie stuff.
I haven't seen that. I want to watch it though.
That's surprising because it's about like a weed empire.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Where's it streaming?
Gentleman, I don't know. Dude, I buy my movies. I try to support where I can.
Some of us are poor, Doug.
Nah, that's where you're wrong. I'm not affluent. Oh no. Almost screwed up the mask in proportion to the face.
Am I throwing like a Robin symbol in the sky?
Oh yeah.
That's tricky.
It is tricky. I think I'm gonna do it though, or at least I'm gonna attempt to.
Getting my face deets out of the way.
Am I doing just an R, or am I doing like the weird Robin bird?
Oh, dude, I went with the R. I like the R.
I did the classic R.
I had to put a hard R on that one.
Jesus. There's a lot of different Robin symbols. I didn't know.
It's the perpetually reinvented character. Poor kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the idea that he's like this weird kid from like the circus who's an acrobat, and then he just was like a street urchin, you know? And then this
Yeah.
rich guy was like, I guess you can follow me around for a little bit.
Well, I like Jason Todd. Jason Todd was boosting his tires, right? That's how he met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like that.
And then well, Damien's his kid.
Yeah.
And,
That was a mommy drop.
and then Dick was the circus dude.
And then Tim was I don't know how he got Tim. I forget.
Wasn't Tim like he figured out he was Batman? Isn't that how they set it up?
Yeah, that's right.
Are you
Huh?
talking
He's
about?
just like a very smart kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But sure, it was boring.
There's actually a new Robin book that's out that I've yet to read. I think they just released issue 3, but it's called Boy Wonder,
Oh,
and
that's
it's on
cool.
Black Label.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
That'd be good.
So it'd probably be pretty good.
As long as it's not like cashing in on like that Twilight element thing where they keep doing where it's like everything has to be like a teenage romance thing, you know, like
No, I don't think it's like that at all, but I feel that.
I just want to see some soups punching each other.
Honestly,
I tell you no lies. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I'm just gonna rough in some architecture here.
Do you have a cheat for doing architecture or buildings? Or no?
Kind of just run them all in similar directions. I think bending is good for perspective. So if I can get away with a little warp or aspect twist, I will. Typically, I do a lot of just like building watching when I'm out and about. So like, you know, if I think that there's a cool building configuration for like hiding balconies and stuff like that for creating shadows, that's a cool thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is a cheat unless you just brush it. Like I think that's the thing. If you're doing like brushwork or whatever, it's real easy to just do like a foggy background and brush your buildings and kind of etch stuff in after. But I think for a cover, it kind of demands a little bit of extra attention.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky because I feel like I always need to figure out all the perspective and like add in the trims and the windows and all of that stuff. But I don't think you really need to.
I think
You know?
yo creo que that you do it if you've got a deadline and it's making you mortgage money, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for fun, and if it's not like a study or anything, then just do the extent that you feel like.
Yeah. I've been studying actually like old Norwegian stave churches. That's been my architecture of choice to study lately.
That's cool. I've always been a fan of like the Gothic cathedral stuff.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
those
the Rosettas and the Trilliums and stuff like that. I've always like if I can incorporate that. I mean, I think that's why Gotham City's such an alluring place because it's kind of very much all that, right?
yeah, it's a mix of that and like Art Deco.
Yeah. Them damn blimps. Oh, my coffee maker's not happy with me.
Speaking of, I need to go get my drink.
That's the clean me beat.
I'm actually getting really happy with how this is coming out now that I'm inking it. Like it's looking cooler as I add on. I just got to fix his face in a bit.
What's your hack for doing faces there, Brandon?
I don't have one yet. I just like erase until it feels good. And then if I got fed up with the Superboy face, so I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna ink it and then see how I liked it after all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still learning. What's your hack for doing faces, Doug? Teach me.
I go simple. Sometimes doing just that little anime triangle for the nose is really useful. If it's like a tight zone that like I'm not quite comfortable with.
Yeah.
But even just learning how to drop the little undershadow for the nostrils into place is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that once you realize that like the shape of the mouth is real simple line that you can build up your lips and stuff with your brushwork and stuff is really good too. Um, ears I go like seashell and then fill in the rest as it looks natural. Um, and then yeah, I don't know, like doing the whole like T-zone sketch and stuff like that is it's good, but
What do you,
sometimes it's messy.
what do you put into
Um,
place first? Do you put in the nose first, the eyes first?
I think I go eyes.
I think I do eyes too. I always do eyes first.
It's like that question when you shower, what do you wash first? There's like a psychological association for everything.
Do you
Sometimes doing the nose helps me just like align it though. Like that's what I try to do.
I
Well,
usually do
that's because you've been trying to align everything up with your nose your
Yeah.
whole life.
Truth.
I usually do the nose first. Sometimes I'll do like a vague shape for the eyes, kind of like, okay, here's the eyebrows, and then here's like the bottom of the eye socket. But then I'll always throw in the nose first, so I know like which way the face is facing. You know.
Yeah.
La nariz primo. Making random business, building shapes, doodah.
So, and then when you're drawing the body, or like an entire figure, do you do the head first, or do you
I
do
like
the head?
doing. I saw that thing a while ago where like back in the day they do the chest shape and they attach everything like a rope to the chest. So I've been doing that more often lately. Um, and that kind of helps work for proportion and stuff. Um, but yeah, typically I'll do like I'm a big proponent of like circles and sausages. Everything's a circle, everything's a sausage. You connect them all, and they make a body at the end of it.
I'm a triangle Marty, so everything's triangles to me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's the classic. It's the lemon wedge. It's this shape, and then you can build everything from that. So it's like kind of an oval, right?
Yeah,
Like all it would take, right? Like approximately, it's an oval, but you have a straight edge and then a bendy edge.
that's cool. The yeah, I think it just speaks such volumes to like how everybody has a thing. Everybody sees something different. Funny for me for the triangle thing. Years ago, I used to watch the Ripley's Believe It or Not that was hosted by Dean Cain. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Uh-huh.
And they had like a episode where this dude had extraordinarily stretchy skin. He used to like pull his collarbone skin up over his nose and stuff like that. And when they did their little like sciencey diagram thing, they explained stretchy skin and with like these triangles. And I remember like ever since then, that's like the shape triangle, like the triangle, just reminds me of like stretchy skin.
That's awesome.
How funny. Yeah, that makes sense, right? It's like here's where your skin lays, and then like that's where the skin stretches.
Mm-hmm.
That's the anatomy thing, though, right? It's like here's where your bone is, and then here's where like the muscle attaches.
Yeah.
Right? That's where it comes from.
Max, I think you think this is kind of neat. I have a customer, and good friend, and she was for years the head of the medical illustration program at the University of Toronto.
Ooh.
So whenever I'm doing work at her place, she's got like just this infinite library of crazy reference materials and stuff. And like, are you familiar with the Group of Seven?
No.
So they're like a famous like group of Canadian painters from the like late 1800s, mid 1900s kind of thing, and they're like you got to learn about them in school and stuff. Anyways, I guess her family had like close relationships to them and stuff, so like she's got all these little random like originals from these guys around her apartment and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Oh, sorry, not apartment, house.
Anatomy is definitely something that I'm interested in. I'm not like terribly good at it, but I like to study it and learn more, especially like old stuff. Like
Hmm.
it's pretty cool.
Well, so like the medical illustration that she does, she used to plot like where cuts and stuff. She basically did like the IKEA directions for how a surgery would have to go, which is pretty cool when she was explaining it to me.
I almost went into school for medical illustration
That's
because
it.
I was
Most
just
fun.
because it would make me way more money
Yeah.
and I could still draw. But then I was like, do I really want to go through like 8 years of med school anyways? That's super expensive.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, I'll just go to art school.
Yeah, I got so like I wouldn't have gotten through high school without the help from like the incredible educational staff that I had. Um, when I got to the end of it, I looked at like college options and stuff, and I just realized that there was opportunities to start making money sooner than spending it on school. And I just, and when it comes to my kids, if they want to go to trade school or whatever, I'll encourage them. But I'm never going to be like a big go to college guy because there's more than one avenue to life, unless you want to be if my kid says I want to be a lawyer, I'm not going to say, hey, you'll figure it out.
No, I mean, I would tend to agree with that assessment. Tend to agree with you
I'm
there.
going to be in the family business like you, Dad. Dale, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Did you like were your parents creative people? Were they like, were you surrounded by kind of like creative stuff when you were growing up or not so much?
Not necessarily. My mom was like early wave computer teachers.
Oh, okay.
And like she was very much like first wave of women that like didn't take the spouse's last name and stuff like that. Um, so she was very just encouraging, and my dad was just like my dad used to draw and stuff. He's always quick to brag about I had a scholastics art scholarship and blah 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 blah. But he also played like hockey at a high level and stuff. But he's just a very funny dude. So I think just having parents that were super encouraging kind of set the scale for me. Being able
And
to spend time and.
do you think your kids have benefited around growing up with an artist dad?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. And like I don't push them to do anything. They just naturally want to sit down and draw with me because it's fun.
right.
It's cool. Like it's great that they don't have to think hard about what to get me as a gift or anything. Like if it's comic book related, they'll get it for me.
Yeah.
If it's got Spider-Man on it, it works for both. My 8-year-old and for me.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Busting out the brush, boys.
Nice. Sorry, I was focusing so hard on trying to fix the Superboy because I really wasn't happy with him. But I think
When in doubt, black it out.
Yeah, it's coming out a lot better. I decided to do him first before the Robin and Harry Kelly Batman.
I have no clue what I'm going to ink this with yet. I'm still trying to tighten up these pencils and figure some stuff out. But
mine's huge, so I know mine's gonna take me forever.
Mine's small.
Yeah, that's the trippy part about working on these sketch covers is that like they're small.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Are you how big do you usually, or I guess you mainly work on your iPad, huh, Doug?
I'm an 11x17 cat.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got a lot of Illustrator boards and stuff, and and like I really do prefer doing my covers by hand. Um, so I like 11 by 17. I've got a couple like really big ass watercolor paintings and stuff that I've worked on, and I do love that also. But
It's
11 by
a different
17 is
beast.
good.
I've been thinking about upping my page sizes actually. I've
That
actually
requires that scanner, you know?
yeah, or just the Photoshop knowledge.
Yeah, the stitch picking.
Yeah. I've also been conversely thinking about the opposite and shrinking my sizes. I'm
Are you a
undecided.
16 by 20 guy?
No, I'm an 11 by 17 too, but I think that it's tricky because you want to move fast, right? So a
Mhm.
smaller page will help you move faster, but you also want it to look clean and good. So then you want
Yeah,
to do bigger. And then also
totally.
bigger art is going to sell better if you've got like originals, right?
Yeah.
So it's tricky. I
Well,
don't know.
I don't think you'll suffer because economy of efficiency is pretty incredible. Like I've seen the way that you produce things, and like you've got a very good knowledge of like your tool size. So I think that like if you work bigger, you'll find a way of like making sure that you blast through your fills and stuff really quick. So um,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the right answer is yet. I'll figure it out though.
yeah, man, it's like
It's
parenting. There's no playbook.
experimenting. You know what I mean? You're just gonna
Yeah.
experiment so you have fun with it.
Yeah, like one of my next books that I wanted to work on, I've got this pen that I love. It's not an art pen. It's just a regular like writing pen. Um, but I really love the way it feels to draw with it. But it's not refillable.
One shot deal, huh?
Yeah. And so I'm like, I don't really want to buy a whole box of these pens because they're kind of pricey, you know? And so they have a clickable version, the type where you click the top,
Yep.
and they sell ink refills for those, but I don't like how that pen feels.
Right.
It doesn't feel the same.
Can
And
you
so
just use the pen for the cover? Kill it on the cover.
no, dude, I want to do the whole book with that same tool. That's the
Man.
problem. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might just do the entire book with a nib because it feels kind of similar to that. It's just less scratchy. But it's that like fine point, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I like when the brush is like working for you, and like every stroke is like real smooth and like you get that real cool. Who's got my favorite brush control out of like most indie artists is
Cool.
Dylan Corbisser.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it?
He's meticulous though, for sure. Like, he goes through the extra steps to get it looking the way that he wants to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Edmonton last year we swapped art pieces, and so I've got one of his Wolverines on my desk.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is sick.
guy's awesome.
He's a great dude.
All those West Coasters.
Nice. I am getting happier with this.
Because he's happy. You know what still makes me anxious is working on the groins. Super groins
Dude,
are
yeah.
like
I was trying to
super
figure out the
stressful.
crotch, but yeah, look at my crotch.
like
I think I did really good on my crotch. I'm not gonna lie.
I think so too. I go like I border between jock strap and
Yeah.
and just puffy front pants.
Yeah.
And then like and for females, I try not to like I'm a big like maybe it's because I'm like married or because I grew up with sisters or whatever, but like I'm big on not being like I guess
Weird
verbose
about
about
it.
the
Yeah.
female form.
Yeah.
And so like I also like really want to create an environment where like people pick it up and like they're not intimidated by the characters that I draw and stuff. So like I'm okay doing like a little bit more of a like less of a a V groove and like, filling in some thigh and like,
Yeah.
I don't like every chest doesn't have to be a 36 double D, like, so, but I know that also that doesn't sell sometimes. So
Yeah, yeah. It depends on the crowd you're going for. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. Like
I
your style. I think you've got a very good way of representing human form. Where like,
well, thank you. I was gonna
but
say like I've got that weird like crotch bulge thing, but I'm also like hiding it in shadow. You know?
yeah.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
this.
the shame bulge.
Yeah.
Max, you a Tank Girl fan?
Oh yeah, dude. I actually just filmed a video and I brought out a hardcover Tank Girl that I have. And
Sweet.
Milo's a huge Tank Girl fan. I made him a Tank Girl jacket one year as a present.
Oh, cool. I really want to like take apocalypse now to like that Nubs being like the zombie tank girl.
Oh yeah.
So that's like
I just ordered and I haven't put it up yet because I want to get a scan of it first if possible. But I got a life-size 6-foot door poster of Tank Girl directly off Alan Martin's shop.
That's sick.
And it's really freaking cool. But I want to get a scan of it before I put it up anywhere.
you know how you can tell everybody's focusing? We're all thinking that's awesome, but nobody can say it.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Dude, for reals.
I'm like sitting here stroking out these little capey lines, making sure that they don't blow out and get wild on me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what else I need to do before I move to inks.
I'm just trying to figure this shit
I'm
out.
clipping at a pretty good pace here.
Yeah, I don't think we're that far in. I think we've moved real fast.
Oh, 53 minutes in, and yeah, dude, I already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're golden. I'm trying to figure out like how to do this jacket. I've never really drawn a jacket like this, so just like adding random lines.
You know what's also funny about drawing the human form is like my kids are currently in that like they just look like little genetic freaks. My 8-year-old can like walk on his hands for preposterously long distances. Like it's that look what I can do, and they just jump like 4 stories without breaking anything.
Yeah.
Touch wood.
You hurt like just by looking at them, yeah.
Yeah, and they take their shirts off and stuff. They got like these little kid 6-packs, like these big chests and stuff. Like
yeah.
So I'm living with little action figures right now.
It's adorable.
Just waiting for life to catch up to them. It'll happen. No, that's
For
like
reals, though, man.
That's
like,
what I go ahead.
No. I'm just ranting. Go on.
I was just gonna say I think that like if anything is the job of a parent is to like encourage that kind of like physicality, and keep your kids.
Oh yeah.
Keep your kids clipping. Give them tablet time and stuff, but
make sure they're active. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm real skirting around this super bulge here. We're gonna close the gap here soon.
Okay. Let's see if my parallel pen is gonna like me today. I think that's what we're gonna do to be fast about the inking.
Oh, Brandon, I just had an idea for these. Try to set these up as like auctions for the finals or whatever, so that you can fund the next print run.
Oh, dude, for reals.
Have you guys seen the Sean Crystal Jim Mahfood live draws?
No, not too often.
They're auctioning off their pieces at the end of the night, whatever they're drawing. They do the live auction in the chat.
That's cool. I wonder if anyone buys stuff.
Sell them like commissions.
I mean, Milo and me, we'd sell.
Hold on. I think what we should do actually is make zines out of everything.
Yeah, that's cool. It's exactly what I started doing.
right?
I love
Every
that.
month you release this building scene.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah, everyone's drawings in it. That'd be
Yeah.
sick. I would love to.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna fill my pen.
All right.
What an artist thing to say.
I'm the Superboy is coming out. It's coming out slowly. Figuring it out.
But you got it?
Yeah, work through the legs, and then I'll be pretty much set.
Do you do you ever look up the drawing tutorials of Robert Marzullo?
No, who's that?
That guy. He's a brilliant illustrator.
Yeah.
I met him when I was, I don't know, 10, at Toronto Comic Con or Fan Expo or whatever it was back then. And I followed up with him recently because I found one of his Sharpie sketches in my sketchbook. And he's like a big time like art educator now.
So
Beautiful
sick.
illustrator though. He's like one of those dudes that like knows exactly what every muscle joint and vein system goes to.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, precision. You know what? I'm just gonna color this whole thing out and then just use white out for the belt.
Oh, you're going for it, eh?
I think I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's really easy because it's just a bunch of dots. So I'm just like gonna white out that. No, send me a link. I'd love to check that out though. Love to check that out.
Yeah, I think he's got like the Patreon and the master classes and all that stuff too.
Who are we talking about?
Robert Marzullo.
Ah, yes, he does.
Ooh, Max knows.
Max knows. Yeah.
I have some.
Go ahead.
I have some of Rob's brushes downloaded on my iPad.
Oh, sweet. I was saying I met him when I was like 10 at Toronto Fan Expo, and he did a sketch in one of my sketchbooks. So I found it a while ago. I was like, oh, I wonder if he's still relevant. And I found out he very much is. So,
Yeah, he's still doing cool stuff. He's still serving his community.
teaching folks how to draw things better. You always wonder like why you don't see people on projects. It's not like a commentary to Rob, but it's like, do you think some people just get burned out on trying to chase the dream? Like, and so they just figure a different avenue, or do you think they just start generating income doing other things, like realize that you don't need that,
Well, okay, I can give you my answer, and then I
Spill
can
that tea.
I think my answer is that some people get tired of doing interior pages. You know, they love the form and they love what it's done, but doing interior pages is hard work. You know what I mean? And you can make way more money doing other stuff. So that's
also like
my
the speed.
answer.
Keeping up with that, like not everyone can keep up with that speed all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like you're chunking out so much work so rapidly, like so intensely, and you have to just be fast and on point and ready to kind of deal with that crap. And that's a lot of crap to deal with, to be honest. Like,
yeah. So that's my theory, at least, is just it's hard doing interior pages.
I guess when it's not your baby, it must be tough too, eh?
Yeah.
Although I don't know, it's strange because like I think there's a divide at some point where like there's some artists that like all they want to do is draw their favorite superheroes, right?
Yeah.
So those people are more than happy to work at Marvel on whatever title and do their thing, because they're living their childhood dream. But then like after all the image stuff and kids who grew up with like realizing, oh, you don't have to work for Marvel to be in comics, you know, then their dream is to make their own series, make their own hero. And so those people aren't going to be happy working for Marvel.
True.
But at the same time, like, I don't know, who the heck would turn down a Spider-Man story? Right?
I think, just getting the opportunity to do that and then just knowing you did it enough and you got to experience it, that's enough for some people too. Like, they rode that horse, they conquered it, they put their book out and it helped them out. And now they have more confidence in their own stuff at this point.
Can I, you know what? I realize that the rainbow at the end of the path is having your table paid for and then sitting there for a weekend sketching, getting paid by people,
Yeah.
like
100%.
I think that's kind of like, that's
not
what I
having to
realized, like,
hustle, not having to free bookmarks.
yeah. Showing
Or
up
just
and
like, yeah.
I want a handler. That's what I want. I want to get a handler.
I mean, legally, I'm sure you could, like, if you really need it.
Yeah, it's my wife.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, dude, Jason Aaron just has people walk up to his booth and be like, I want this and this, and I'll pay that money for it, no questions asked.
Yep. But I also realize that you gotta do the work to get there. Like, I don't expect that to come free to me. And I don't expect it to be, like, it's not something that, like, I think is gonna happen overnight. I'll keep applying to pro tables until I'm a pro, like, it's just part of the game. And like, distribution and all that stuff is all important to figure out. And, when I get my opportunity to be on a book for a big name, I'll do that. But, certainly I tell everybody I only say no to stupid ideas, and those are few and far between.
Yeah, I feel you there though, especially with like, you got to work for that.
Yeah.
I think that, you want to make it in this industry, you have to work your butt off.
Totally.
And it's totally, and like, I think everybody should make comics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if you want to be a pro comic artist, it's not just like,
Robin.
It's not just like, oh, I'm doing this for fun. I'm making a little comic book for fun. Like, it's your job. You gotta treat it like that.
Yep.
It's a business too. It's not just making art. Although I wish it was. I really wish it was. I'm no good at the business stuff. At least, I got a lot to learn, I guess.
Okay, when I need to color them, I'll call you, okay? Okay.
The business side is hard, dude. That's the most difficult. I struggle with that so much, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, but like, also you sign up for making comics and you don't realize how much is involved with it. Like,
thanks, man.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. It's no easy task.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
It's also like you want to get your name out there and you want to just like, hand out books like crazy sometimes, but not always the situation. It's not always a smart move, and you have to know what situations when to do that and when not to.
Totally.
Which is a hard call.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like I've noticed that there's the approachables and the inapproachables. There are some people that have probably been given so much free shit that they don't really know what to do with it anymore, nor do they want it. And if they're just gonna throw it in the back of their desk and whatever, then it's not worth you wasting the investment on it. And then there's the dudes that are just really cool, and you can reach out to them and shoot the shit and realize that they're just artists that want to talk and stuff too. And like the networking there is kind of where, if you're networking for the pure joy of just like broadening your group of compatriots and stuff, then that's great. But I think it's knowing kind of who's tree to bark up, and if someone's at a show and you've seen them before, that's cool. But like, when I see somebody that I've crossed paths with before that like I don't engage with on a regular basis, I'm either gonna pull a blind card and just walk past them, and if they notice me, they'll be like, "Hey man, what the fuck?" And be like, "Oh, eyes," right?
Mm-hmm.
but like, but B, you know, like I'm not there to lick anybody's boots, you know, like the opportunity knocks, it's going to come your way, and it'll be a phone call or an email or someone saying, "Hey, I got something for you." Um, but like it's, you know, there's no spoon feeding going on, you know, like.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're right.
But building up that resume of working the crowd and stuff and like doing the work that nobody else wants to do, you know, when someone gives you that opportunity, be like they say, you know, you want to go to Tucson, be like, fuck yeah, I'll go to Tucson. You watch me work a crowd, bud, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Hands down. For sure.
Yeah, it's a long game, I think, more than
Totally.
anything.
Oh, did you hear my 4-year-old come down and acknowledge that I'm drawing
Yeah.
Robin?
That's so
All right.
cute.
Good. Just for the record, I'm not totally fucking it up.
I think I'm done inking the Superboy for now, unless I start picking at it more. I'm gonna move on to my Robin and my Batgirl. It's kind of cool. I want to color this real bad. I think it'll look dope.
Well, one step at a time, buddy. Learn how to ink.
Yeah, just
I
make
just
a
kidding.
mess with everything.
I think I'm going to be blasting through these inks. I might have time to color. I don't know. That's kind of high hopes, but I might be able to do it. This parallel pen, dude, you can work so fast.
What is a parallel pen, Max?
It's made by Pilot. There's 4 different sizes. This is the biggest size. It's 6 millimeters, which is that length here on this nib, right? And it's just this big, fat, chunky nib.
Nice.
And it's just 2 plates of metal, and it holds the ink between. But you can do, like, if you use the corner, you can get a fine. I'm gonna do this where where I know
like
it's black.
Mag.
It's yeah. So you can use the corner to get your fine lines. You can use it at an angle to get, like, you know, different lines, and then you can just use it flat to fill in your blacks.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of pros using these right now. They're really popular.
There's a lot of pros using these right now.
There's Danny Warren Johnson uses these. Jim Mahfood uses these. Sean Crystal is learning to use these. Sean Alexander uses these.
Dude, I'm a fan of that guy.
It's all the messy, loose drawers, you know?
Yeah.
Who, like, just put out a ton of work. I don't know how Jason does it, man. I think he's working on 3 different books right now.
Not yet. I'm not done yet.
That's wild. That's super wild.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, he's got Philadelphia. He's on another big title too right now.
Well, he's doing Blackula with the same guy he's doing Philadelphia with.
Right.
He's doing Empty Zone, which is his own project. And then he was doing some Spawn stuff. He's again, and he's doing
he is. I didn't know he was doing Spawn stuff
I think he's just doing, like, covers or spotlights and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But still, I mean, that's no easy task.
Upstairs, please. I've got a secret strategy for getting on the Spawn.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret, Brandon. You just have to say okay.
Just be supportive, okay?
I want to know. I want to know what the secret is.
It's not going to be me holding a boombox up in front of McFarlane Productions.
You're gonna serenade him. What's the song you're picking if you're gonna serenade Todd McFarlane?
Oh, Tiny Rubber Band.
There you go.
It was off the Spawn soundtrack. Which, looking back, was not an appropriate album for a 9-year-old to fall asleep to.
Are you, like, a Spawn cartoon fan? Do you like the movies?
Well, for sure the cartoon.
I think the cartoon's pretty sick, honestly. I'm not a big Spawn fan.
Cartoon pushed that too much black limit, right? Like,
yeah.
like that Batman animated series thing.
Yeah, hell yeah, it did.
Overkill and like Chapel and all the characters that were represented in it. That was really, really cool.
Right? Yeah. Season 3 was so good and then just never continued. And you're like, damn, what a shame.
I mean, it's up there with like Afro Samurai and the Boondocks, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All these
Yeah.
incredible cartoons that push these limits and like never got the continuation.
I think Aeon Flux is up there too, honestly.
Oh yeah.
What do you need? Okay, I'll help you after I'm done. Okay. Now, you know what the difference between negotiating with terrorists and negotiating with 4-year-olds is, guys?
What?
There's a possible victory with a terrorist. I'll call you when I'm ready to color. Now he's just playing with the $140 magic mouse. No big deal. Hands off the computer. So when they did the lockdown and stuff in Canada, my older son was in senior kindergarten. So I had to watch him do online schooling on my MacBook. That was stressful.
I bet. I bet. Babas and boogies and food and yep.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you get a kid that age to sit down at a computer and try and pay attention.
Right, dude?
I didn't put that much pressure on him, man. Honestly, one of the things that I did was I emailed his teacher. I said, if you don't see him on, it's because we're out experiencing, nature and stuff like that. Like, and so we go draw on the driveway or like go for walks in the little paths by our house and stuff like that. But like it was, at the same time, so I say that my younger son was the harbinger of COVID because he was born on March 2nd. And then on the 13th, when I took him to the hospital, they had stopped letting like full families in. It was just like parent and accompanying patient. And then it was like full lockdown. Like, all right. So we had a lot of time just to be all together. We got through it. We all love each other still. But yeah, the kindergartner on Zoom was a little much.
Yeah,
his teachers did good. They tried their best. He's in the bathroom, Lee.
I bet you they were probably more tolerant than like
American.
A lot of them,
I can run downstairs real fast. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ronnie, I'll call you when I'm ready to color. I promise you.
How cute.
Here, do you want to come pick the colors out for me?
Oh crap! I forgot I was gonna leave some of that white. That's okay. We'll go back.
You got white out. Have you messed around with the Poscas at all, Max?
No, because I don't know. I have other white pens that I use, and I don't use like other colors often.
Perfect. Yeah.
So I just haven't messed with the Poscas, but I got the Presto whiteout. I got the I got Japanese white pens. I got fine point white pens. So I got.
Have you used the Liquitex whiteout?
No, I haven't. That sounds cool though.
It just comes in a nail polish. I actually think it's a little clumsy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, because I mean the technology's out there. I don't know why you have to keep including it like a bottle of nail polish.
Yeah, I wonder like
a little bit of orange.
I've yet to try like the bottle of Pro White.
Right.
I'd love to try that out.
Right.
Because then I could use brushes or nibs and add stuff. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence, to be honest with you.
Kind of
in the Pro White.
Yeah. I think the Posca does a good job. I think I'm really playing like that Batman that I did earlier today. I really played with. That's a perfect blue color. Thank you for screwing up the whole order. I have my Prismacolors like color coordinated in the little
Oh,
like
uh-huh.
cannon, and it's definitely been toddlered. Thanks, buddy.
Are you talking about Prismacolor markers or
Yeah.
pencils?
Sorry, my Copic markers. Copic markers.
Oh, okay.
And Prismacolor pencil crowns.
I got both of them. I got Prismacolor markers and pencils and Copic
Damn.
markers.
One day.
Yeah, I like the Copics because they're refillable.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Thanks. Okay, go see mommy. She's got something to show you. I will for sure. You'll know because my breath won't stink.
I got all my Copics for really cheap because I would go in like every week to Michael's with my
that's the
family, and everybody would use the 50% off coupon to buy one marker. Yeah.
And that's how I do it.
Yeah, I got my Prismacolor markers on clearance at Aaron Brothers when that still existed. No, I got everything for super cheap except the colored pencils because I needed those for school, so I just had to shell out.
Yeah, the Prismacolor. See up here, Michael's does like the way that their sales work out. I know nobody's gonna want to hear this again, but the way that the sales work out, it all basically adds up to like what Amazon charges. So like, I'll still buy from Michael's if I can, but like again, the thing that like when people get all pissy about Amazon, what they don't realize is for people like me, where it's like an accessibility thing, where I don't have to ask somebody to drive to a store. It's like
dude.
so nice. I want something, I order it. You know,
it takes 2 weeks to get Amazon orders up here.
Dang.
Yeah, so if you want something, you gotta and you need it now, you better know in advance that you need it now.
So it's basically like printing.
Yeah,
straight up.
Like convention schedules.
Yeah, or you plan ahead, or you just hope somebody in town has it.
Which for art must be. Well, I feel like you guys probably have a pretty good art community, no?
Well, I work at like the place that gets all the art supplies, so I get to choose what I want.
Sick.
That's sick.
You aligned yourself with the needs.
We don't order super often, so I do have to plan ahead a little bit, but I don't need that many art supplies. You know what I mean? Like I already got most of what I need.
Yeah.
If anything, it's usually like some specialty paper or something. That's
a fun question. What's your favorite paper to paint on or draw on?
Well, okay, so it depends on my favorite. I really like illustration board.
Okay.
Like the thick stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I also like painting on wood.
Yep.
And then if we're talking like what I use for my boards, I'm either using like this is like 5.5 by 8.5 Bristol that I cut off an 11 by 14 pad. For my 11 by 17 boards, I'm just using really heavyweight printer paper.
Cool.
Because I can't afford the Bristol, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm not paying $50 for 20 sheets, dude.
No, for sure. I'm a super huge fan. I got into when I started like learning how to watercolor and spit shade and stuff. I got really into the 300-pound cold press. And that's like, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Like, you want to talk about like a total textured experience and stuff? Oh my God, I love that.
I actually want to try the hot press because I've heard a lot of really good things about the hot press.
That's Arches makes that,
right? There's a few brands that make hot press. But yeah, Arches is the best, I guess. I've always kind of just made do with what I had or used what art school told me I had to use.
Yeah. This is
And
a
then
pretty decent little Robin. What do you guys think?
and then I build up from
Oh
there.
hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
I like it.
Thank you. I always like doing that, like that, leaning for it. Like they're just about to go fuck something up, you know?
They're about to jump off that building. They're
Yeah,
watching.
like he's on the edge. I got to get my hands on some Daredevil blanks. They're I'm on the hunt. Apparently, somebody I know says he's got a little treasure trove of them, so I'm gonna go raid his long box soon. That's kind of the cool thing about the blanks is like when you get it good at hunting them down, you find some cool stuff out there.
Dude, I didn't know there was a crisis blank. That's so sick. That's why I told you to do it. Like, really, really cool.
I got this one from Gotham Central Comics out of Mississauga. They do a lot of events, and that's the other cool thing is like because I'm not a comic reader, I don't have a lot of incentive for going to shops. But now that I'm into collecting blanks to work on, it's almost like I found like a whole different way of supporting the guys that I really like. So like, you know, I can make trips to my buddy Omar in at Wayside, and like, you know, like there's all these different shops that I can hit up now because they're always getting new covers and stuff in, right? So
Sick.
You do you have a favorite comic that you have read though?
no. So I got into the audio performances like the on Audible and stuff. Sandman was really good, and it wasn't just performance; like you could really tell how in depth the story is. So I quite like that. I mean, visually, like I love flipping through. Like I think the Dark Knight Returns
Yes.
is like the way that Miller laid out all the story in there. Like the visuals bridge the gap of what I'm not able to read.
Right.
So it really does its job. You know what I mean? Like the news anchors, you know what they're talking about because he did such a good job of like really paneling everything there.
You're gonna like the book that I'm working on right now, actually, then, because it's 16 panel grid, so a la Dark Knight, and it's no dialogue.
Nice.
It's just sound effects.
That's cool.
And that's
Yeah, I've got a project similar to that. Oh yeah, you know that. It's the man from scratch.
Yeah. And so I think there's technically one dialogue bubble that's going to be at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I finally figured out how I'm going to do my my sarcastic manga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it like a treasure hunt book where they have to like track down the secret language, which is Braille, and I'm gonna figure out a way of like bending them back towards like the other side of the book. And when you get there and you like assemble your words, the message is going to be, "Haha, I just made you read a book properly."
Yeah, I actually have been playing around with like how to make a book more interactive. You know, like because it's such a unique medium.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's unexplored. It's like how readers interact with their books. Like I feel like we can make them do fun stuff with the physical product in their hand.
Well, I think people are so cautious of like not damaging the book and treating it like it's this like holy thing. But like you know, in my initiative for like making the all ages comics, like I want people to know that like if I see like boogers and poo stains on my book, I'm not going to be like hurt by it. It means that it was enjoyed and like, you know, they took it everywhere and like it's like this
well loved.
Yeah, man. You know, like I had a conversation. It's interesting speaking to people about like what they're into and like the people that are like really interested in like the CGCs and stuff like that. Like that's cool because it's like there's a pride of ownership and stuff. But it's also like I don't know, man. It's just like it's interesting. Everything's interesting. It's like I think that judging anybody in like geekdom is it's not
Big
cool.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like it's it's the everybody's just there to be like included. And so inclusion being like the thing is like, you know, I'm more apt to admit that if something's not for me because I don't get it, then I'll stand there. But like I'm always willing to like talk to people about whatever their interests are. Um, but like yeah, I'm a big fan of like bend the books, break the books, you know.
Yep.
If it runs out, like know that, you know, if you loved it that much, let me know and I'll send you another copy, you know? Like
Doug is also Canadian. Let's take note of that. And no, I'm kidding. That politeness, like
No, like
um,
I'm there with Doug, man. Like I think comics should be folded up, stuffed in your back pocket, treated like dirt, read till the pages are falling apart. You know what I mean?
mhm.
I don't personally, I don't believe in locking my books in plastic coffins, you know, which
oh
like
yeah,
if that's what you want to do, then like cool. I'm really glad that you are like spending a ton of money on comics and enjoying them, you know.
Mhm.
I just wish you would like read them from time to time too, which
So
sounds like
yeah.
bad, because it
That's
kind
what
of
like
is.
got me
Yeah.
about collecting. Like I used to be hardcore with the
Plug in
people I'd
Brandon.
run with. Uh, like in that sense.
No, I'm not. I'm talking smack about people who lock their books away.
Oh, I thought you were saying they are doing that.
No, no, no. You know,
Hi,
and like
Milo.
Hi, everybody.
I do
Hi,
think
Milo.
that
Hi, everybody.
I do think that like there there is value to preserving comics in that way. You know,
Mhm.
I like I'm just personally like I'm not a fan of it, right? But that's basically what museums do, you know what I mean? They're hiding
Mhm.
away precious little gems inside large filing cabinets.
Yeah,
And I think that that's a great service to the medium because if without them that stuff would be lost.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like I like when I see my books like in the bags and boards, I love that like shine that it gets. I think that's really fun. Um,
Oh yeah.
but you know, I think that's more just like a because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like it's cool to see your stuff. Like
Looking like that for sure.
yeah, it's like wearing a
For-
nice suit, you know, for no reason. Just put it on to feel a little bit more professional.
No, I get that.
Now I wore a collar at a convention and it didn't help my sales, so I'm gonna stick with funny t-shirts. I think people thought I was trying to sell them too hard, actually.
I love I love a good convention, you know what I mean? Like it's such a cool thing for comics especially because like there's just like pros walking around, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you never know who you're nodding at and stuff. Why, especially me. But like you know, you never know.
yeah,
Um,
and
network
so
opportunities.
but like that stuff doesn't happen in film, you know what I mean? You're not going to go to
No.
Sundance Festival and like just casually talk to like Tom Cruise or something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But it happens all the time in comics
I think.
because the pros just love it as much as everybody else, man. They
Yeah,
want to
totally.
crawl through those back bins too.
Um, I think again, this is like the privilege of being visually ignorant. I love when people nod at me and I don't even acknowledge them. um, I know it's happened a few times where like or like I greet everybody, say I ask everybody, how you doing today? You having a good time? You know, and like now I've kind of gotten used to like who's
It's
an
great.
exhibitor and who's not, but everybody's equal to me. Um, so it's like
She's drawing.
She's the artist.
We adopted a new pup about 2-3 weeks ago,
Oh, sick.
and she's very sweet. Hey, come on, babies.
if I were to go, what am I gonna do with the background?
What time are we at? So I know
8:30.
if I need to speed up.
8:30. We're still good. We go till like
Ooh.
9:30. I'm fine with that.
This you know what this is this show is great practice for conventions, dude.
Proficiency.
Yeah.
Yep, and speed.
Super
How cool of a piece can you make within 2 hours?
Straight up.
Not yet, buddy. I'm close. It's also good practice for how hard can a 4-year-old sweat you.
It sucks because I'm gonna get to my Robin last because I'm left-handed. So like that's the last image I'm gonna draw. It's because of my hand. I'll just drag ink everywhere. But I'm making my way through there. I think
I've
this
already dragged ink everywhere, as you can see by my hand.
I think this
Are you
fucking
lefty too, Max?
No.
Just a heathen.
yeah. I drag ink no matter what. Fucking
I'm moving too fast, man. I'm not letting my ink dry.
Well, I'm doing rough, sketchy background now, just so I can get the ink down.
That's what I'm about to go do too.
Bring the city to life. Cha-cha.
get the
Did you guys
white up.
watch the new Beavis and Butthead?
The
No.
movie, but not the show.
Me neither.
The movie wasn't bad though. The new movie was pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Where am I going with this?
Now, Brandon, you've done a lot of traveling.
I've done some traveling.
What cities do you like?
Well, you gotta remember I'm from the desert, so like I do have a very specific taste that's not very deserty. But Austin's cool. I love Austin. I love Philly. I love Pittsburgh. I love New York. Buffalo was awesome, dude.
Buffalo's got some cool architecture, man.
Dude, I really love Buffalo so much. I can't wait to go back there. I love San Diego. Love San Diego so much.
San Diegans.
Seattle's one of my favorite places ever. Trying to think of what else. I don't know. I think those are my top. That's a good list. I'm sure that's a lot.
Cool.
In general.
More than I cared to listen to. Yeah, it's one of those cool things. Like just going to a new place to study what makes them, who they
Santa
are.
Fe. Santa Fe, New Mexico is great. I love Santa Fe. Yeah.
We've been watching it, Anthony Bourdain lately. That's been the show.
Careful how you talk about that. Joe Rogan might start crying.
And so I think he's the king of exploring new places and embracing their culture.
I would say that's probably the most accurate statement. That's that dude that like he just dripped cool uncle,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just roll up. Sure, you want me to eat this cockroach? I'll eat this cockroach. It's not bad. It's a little disgusting, but I'll still eat it.
He ate a raw seal eyeball. It was one of the episodes we just watched.
Isn't that what you had for breakfast?
Up here up in the Great White North, yeah.
You're in the greater whiter north than me.
Everybody's so pale here.
Dude, I made this observation to Mark. It was truly a blessing to see how pale some people at that convention were at the beginning of the summer. Like there's some translucent individuals at Nicholson.
Dude, for real though, yeah.
And their hair was not like a defined, like some ginger kids are like super pale. It was all sorts. It was like some people were like glowing.
Yeah, I've been trying to embrace that Alaskan culture, man. I've been going fishing. I've been doing everything.
God, how dare you be healthy?
I know, right? I wouldn't call fishing healthy. You're just standing there.
It's funny, like how you can clock like 10,000 steps standing at a convention, but it's because you're sitting there fidgeting the whole time.
Yeah, for reals, dude. That stuff kills you sometimes.
Well, we learned to keep water on hand.
Yeah,
that's clutch.
All right,
super clutch.
Keep water at your table.
How am I doing this?
Table League's fun, dude. It's crazy what like every convention, how different each one was like the past month and a half. Like
Yeah.
wild, like expectations, like what
When
each
you
one
start
provides.
cooking,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Like, dude, you and me at Philly, we were just on fire. We were just
Yeah,
tearing it
man.
up. Like, that was dope.
It's totally I was the more I thought about it, the more that I figured that it was like it was all flow related. I think that like, when you see how wide a laneway is and like how you can utilize how loud you can speak and stuff, that helps.
Yeah.
It's being surrounded by different choices, you know. It's like there's so many different factors. I think that like being a vendor versus an artist alley, there's something different there. Like
Yep.
your corner versus your inlines, like all these different things. You don't know until you start working the events, like um unfortunately like the barrier of entry is so intimidating because cost can be so much. But when you realize where your investment makes itself back and stuff, like eh, it's all a
What do
thing.
you think the best spot is then?
I think that a if you can work a 12 by 12 vendor corner with 3 people, that's a great amount of space to really spread out and like hustle. Um, we learned that in Buffalo, like an 8 by 8 corner is a little tight for 3 people. Um, but that was okay. I think that if you um, are dynamic as a salesperson, then you shouldn't have an issue with like a one person artist alley table. Um, Whereas, like, I think that a corner by yourself might be too much because you really need to be able to work all the angles, you know? Um,
Right.
and even like, I've seen like end caps where like the dudes have help and stuff like that. But I've also seen end caps where they just sit there like, you know, jingling the change in their pockets because the product just sells itself and they're kind of lucky for it, right? Um,
Yeah.
But again, there's power in the vendor. Like if we're indie publishers and we're pushing a bunch of our books, it doesn't, sometimes it's worth um, assessing whether or not you're a vendor or an artist, right?
Yeah, I mean, do you like do you just change your categorization based off of like what you think will do better at shows?
I think so. I think so because and I think that has to do a lot with like cost of the table and who the event promoter is. Um, and how easily can you correspond with the people that are running the events. That helps too. Building rapport as we like I think a lot of that professional designation comes down to like them knowing you when you reach out to them, that like, oh, you're not, you know what you're talking about, you're not just somebody telling them how to run their show and stuff.
Right.
um you know like if I message somebody say, yo, it was super loud last year, turn it down. I want them to know that that's because like I'm saying that not as a grumpy old man, but as a salesperson. It's hard to reach the customers. Um,
I've
but
definitely been at shows like that.
yeah, like I put music on at all my tables, which is great because it helps keep the weekend moving. Um, but then like I've also been at shows where they have a DJ there, and like it's so loud. Like art shows too. Like it's like where you're yelling the whole event. But like so, Terrificon, I'll be working there with not just my friend Brandon Blocksdorf here, but I'll be debuting a project with a YouTube channel called the RP Show, and we've created a superhero where it's like every time the little kid picks up his assist, like his blind cane, he turns into like a Shazam character. Um, and it's to
That's
like
cool as shit.
empower kids to use their accessible devices. So because it's a YouTube channel, when I was looking at the applications for Terrificon, I was like, oh, this is a podcast cosplay, so it's like all the artist alley tables were taken, which is cool because now we've set up and I bought a table with old Foxy Bloxy here as well, so we're going to have a double table in the podcast section selling comics, so we're creating like this little thing where like if there's a gap between the artist alley and the other people like selling their stuff or whatever, you know, we're going to be sandwiched between Sailor Moon and, you know, a Gundam suit guy still selling comics. And at a comic heavy event, you know, it might reflect well on our sales.
Yeah, because you're going to be the only thing like that in your little spot.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
you know, and we'll be repping some CWS as well, you know, so that'll be cool. Got that CWS swagger. I just got to talk to CWS, see if they can get in some Braille.
Dude, imagine printing in Braille. That'd be sick.
There are services that they do offer where they can convert your materials to Braille for you, but I want to be able to pay the people who do that their dues. Braille is a very fun visual language to illustrate, though.
Yeah, I don't remember what book it is that I have of yours that has the Braille on it, but it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I was laughing because I picked up. Oh, back to cool comics real quick. The artist edition of Born Again is sick. Also Frank Miller. But
I got to see a Batman artist edition, our Dark Knight Returns, or yeah, I think a Dark Knight. No, yeah, I think it was Dark Knight Returns artist signature book, artist edition book. I don't know what the hell I'm saying because I'm doing whiteout.
Yeah, the big one.
But yeah, it was so sick seeing like even like transparencies of pencils and versus inks and stuff. Yeah,
those are really cool books. Yeah, but like I saw an issue of Daredevil, and the Braille that he was reading was horse shit.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, it was just like very, very robotically placed like random dots, and like I'm not bagging on the lack of effort or anything like that, like, you know, but I felt like, you know, if you got a character reference every like, you know, stroke of kanji in a book because you don't want to like put the wrong thing in there, like, don't you think you should bring a consultant on for the, you know, visually impaired superhero and just be like, is this track, you know?
Yeah, it's like typing Spanish but doing Google Translate instead of asking someone who speaks Spanish to like, hey, how would you say this? Like,
yeah. But that's splitting hairs. That's probably my nerdiest complaint.
Oh, well, it's corporatism. They don't have time.
Yeah.
Truth.
That's okay. They will when the old the blind draws the blind and they call Mr. Douglas Knight in for it.
Yeah.
I've got a watercolor painting that I did of Daredevil where I actually punched the Braille into his lapels. I'm trying to sell that for probably more money than I should.
What the heck am I doing here?
It's tough though. Knowing your worth as an artist is something that's like I feel like, you know, you chase your dog chasing your tail, and then like I know that one day someone's gonna come at me and they're like, "You want to do this?" And I'm gonna be like, "Sure." And then be like, "What's your number?" I'm gonna be like, "I don't know. What's my number?" You know?
No, I do that all the time, dude. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not in the position to demand a ton of money. You know, you tell me what you can work with, and I'll work with it.
Yeah. The you know, the cool thing. So I've got a very cool opportunity right now, like where I was editing the video for digital instructions and stuff like that, and you know, they came to me with what their workable budget was. I was like, sweet, sounds good. You know, like that always makes things easier, obviously, but I think that like the trackable metric of like where you're at on your art career is like, you know, how many bills did you pay this month with art? You know, I think that's kind of a cool thing, you know.
That's a great metric.
Like I didn't have to hurt my back doing this for 2 weeks because I was able to do things for art, you know, like, and you're like, I have these moments where like, huh, so this is like an office job, huh? You know, like, I've been putting it on the line for so long now that like when I get these cool weeks of like, you know, art related money making, it's it feels like it's paying off, you know, it's starting to get there.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I want to put more effort into selling books and stuff because like right now I make 99% of my money just by doing the art part, you know. But if I could tap into the after the art part, I'd hopefully be making a lot more money.
A business end. And it's also too like projects. Like I really can't wait to continue working on Ray Gun with
Yeah.
with Josh. But like, you know, it's a tough thing where he doesn't want to ask me to do anything that, you know, I can't do for free. But I want to do it, right? So like whenever we have that conversation, it's like I'm good to go, but I also realize that like, you know, gotta pay the phone bills and stuff. And so it sucks when you hit that impasse because I'm really excited to do more with it, you know?
Yeah, well, like, yeah, I kind of feel the same way about like my own books, right? Because like I don't get paid doing my own books
No.
until after the fact, right?
Right.
So it's really hard to say I'm gonna spend time doing my own book because there's no immediate payoff to it, right?
Yeah.
But it's also the thing that's gonna like elevate me and push me to be way better.
Yeah, it's your 2 a.m. project.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna turn into my Anthony Bourdain bedtime project.
My bedtime project is just sleeping now. It's just getting to sleep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm a little scared of this, but we'll find out.
Don't be scared.
Well, we're discovering.
Keeping it loose.
I'm trying to figure out how to make this Robin symbol look a little bit more glowy.
Oh, you know what works really nice for that? A little bit of white pencil crayon.
Right now I'm just tapping white out with my finger.
Yeah, that works too. Those Poscas are cool for the because there's like that latent dry time. So I've been really capitalizing on that to brush through it with a stiff brush.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
It helps me just kind of like bleed it out.
The issue I'm having is taming back the white out after I put it on.
Right.
And adding the blacks back in a way that like doesn't just like remove everything.
Build up. Yeah. And then finding a black that works with the layering is tough too. The gargoyle one that I did, every time I went back and over the face, you could just see like that ridge. Like, oh no, something down there is too heavy.
Oh crap. That's okay.
Has Milo had a follow up from all of his surgery and stuff? Is he all good?
Yeah, he's doing great.
That's
yeah, on that
fantastic.
end of stuff. Yeah, on that end of stuff, he's doing awesome.
Yeah, it's been really cool. It's been really cool connecting to people with like my medical history and stuff. And you know, I'm always surprised when somebody shares their experience with me. It shows, and you know, it's really cool. Sometimes it's really heavy. Sometimes it's really light. Sometimes it's a lot of high fives.
Yeah.
I have a very limited run of fuck cancer stickers that I keep on hand, so that way, whenever someone comes and shares something with me, I bust that out and give it to them. You know.
Yeah, that's cool. And more than anything, I think it's scary for me, right? Like, because you never know. But
yeah.
And yeah, that's a really cool thing to do for people at conventions. What time are we at? So I know if I should start, if I should lay in some color.
8:50.
I don't know. It might be too close to add in some color. Unless we're running long. Unless we're gonna run long.
I could run like another 15, 20. It's up to you. I'm barely starting this, Robin. I'm not gonna finish this tonight because I got through all this. I'm pretty hyped.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll take a look at my piece real quick and tell me
Oh, I love your piece too.
color or no.
It looks like a sick black and white piece. What color were you gonna add? What are you gonna do?
I was gonna add black and or red and green.
Toss it on real fast.
Let me zoom in on here. Damn, dude. I think I need color on that.
Yeah.
All right.
There's old Lefty Jones there.
I know, dude.
Well, I will be coloring mine. I just got to figure out.
Do I have a gray?
Show the folks at home what we're working with here.
I gotta learn how to do backgrounds. That's what I really gotta learn how to do.
Yeah, fake it till you make it, man. Straight lines, and crossover lines, and some square lines.
Let's see what I can do.
Let's see. Green paint.
Here's the colors. We're gonna see what we can do.
I think I'll do a skin first. I like getting the skin out of the way.
I was actually probably gonna leave his skin white.
Why is he from Alaska now too?
Yeah.
Check this out. Here's my. I have the whole rainbow set up. So I do like my skins all in a row. Got all the blues and the reds and everything.
That's how mine are in my case.
Until my toddler gets his hands on him. I hear him. Oh, I see him. Huh? Are you gonna get the Stanley Cup? Okay, get the Stanley Cup.
Whoops. I forgot to fill in some blacks. Let's do that real quick.
I'm working on the skin color. I need to do the skin first. Okay. Yeah. Did you leave it in the car? Okay. All right. I brought you in, so I didn't see you with it. My wife has a Stanley Cup, and my son affectionately calls it the Stan Lee Cup.
Hell yeah.
It might be in the car still, buddy. Why don't you just get a drink of water?
Yeah, so whatever ink is in this pen right now, which is just it's my speedball. The alcohol moves it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So I would need a probably like a matte medium seal on this to get it like clean, but we're gonna play around with it and see what happens. It might be kind of cool.
Yeah, where is? Well, because Robin's eyes are white, right?
Yeah.
His mask is like blue. Yeah, so that's why.
Yeah, it varies.
Oh, mask is green? Okay, I'll do a green mask. All right. Go get that cup of water. Patience is not something they teach in school, guys.
It's like black. Okay.
Yeah, I have to start collecting all my Copic refills soon. Yeah, I've got all the Teen Titan movies are sick. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Teen Titans versus Teen Titans. That was really fun. Did you watch Blue Beetle?
No, I didn't.
No. I haven't seen
It's
a
fun.
Marvel movie in a really long time. I've been considering going back and like watching the older ones, I guess, like Iron Man and like the first Iron Man and stuff like that,
Yep.
just to see what they have to offer, you know?
Yeah. Go show mom. She'll think that's awesome. Ronnie just grabbed a just big old shank of chicken from the fridge. Iron Man was a fun movie.
Yeah, I feel like it was probably the first one was one of the best.
Definitely. Yeah, Blue Beetle was cool. Still
I never saw that one. I really wanted to see it. I just I it's because he's from El Paso, so like I really wanted. I don't know if it took place in El Paso, but
no,
that sucks.
No. Definitely like very Miami-ish.
Oh, horrific! Why would they do that to us?
I don't think it was Miami. I think it was Los Angeles. Anyways.
Ah,
no lo sé.
Well, he's supposed to be from fucking El Paso, so.
Oh, Blue Beetle?
Yeah.
Yeah, way to get it right, Marvel.
It's DC.
Oh, DC. I don't know my superheroes, man. I really don't.
Avi.
I've always been upfront about that. People go up to my booth and start talking about whatever. I'm like, dude, I have no clue what the hell you're talking about.
I think that blows people's minds too. Like, and it's crazy. People will probably do. People get shocked at you for not knowing superhero stuff? Or are they just like,
yeah, people are like, what? No way.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
And
I actually thrive on that experience.
I'm like, it's not my thing.
There was a dude in PA that was like, he was at his booth and not a single person walked up to him the entire show, and yeah, just like he had just like very weird pictures scattered all around his booth, and he was like promoting other people's books and stuff, and like for most of the show, Brandon's just like, well, like what's he got? I was like, go ask. He's like, no man, I don't want to go ask. I was like, okay, fine, I'll go ask. So like I tucked my exhibitor badge up, like strolled past her. Oh, what you got going on here? And he went on this whole thing of like talking about how like you know, superheroes don't need costumes, and you know, the women featured in the books at his table are all you know, more accomplished killers than like Chris Kyle, and like just this whole thing. And I was like, oh cool man. I was like, so what are you selling? He's like, an idea. I was like, oh, all right. I was after that. I was like, well, this is just a passion project for me. So I'm just here telling people about it. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, what about you? What are you into? I said, oh, I'm one of those idiots making superhero comics over there.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against him, really. You know.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I like don't. It's hard for me to read a lot of them now, to be honest. Like, but I mean, it's just it's your taste. Your tastes kind of change, or they're different. You're not introduced to stuff at a certain age that influence you, or you just don't resonate with it. And I can totally understand that.
Yep.
Dude, I wish I had a better gray marker.
Yeah, my neutral 5 has died on me. I gotta get that as a refill.
I got a sepia. How's this look? That might do okay.
That's looking cool.
It's too dark, but it's okay.
This is always my nervous color phase. Is the like laying stuff down with generous highlights.
I don't know if I want to make the boots a color. I feel like I probably should, but
Green.
maybe red. Dude, hold on.
Oh, he's got color freeze. Tape's yellow, correct?
Yeah.
Amarilla.
Color is always such a chaotic stage for me if I add it in. You know, it's like I gotta add this in now and fast before I decide to change my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I start with the tricky bits. Go to the easy ones. Dude, that's the thing with the heroes. Is it's like you screw it up, someone's gonna let you know.
Yeah, right. I bet.
Actually, I love the actuallys. Actually, get that actually out of here. He only had that kind of R between the ages of 12 and 14. He's clearly in the 17 through 19 phase. And that's when you're like, I'm glad you care about this as much as you do. Imagine if you
I'm
applied
like
those.
really hyped with how this is coming out. I didn't expect any of this to look this cool. I'm not that happy with my Superboy, I won't lie, but I've never even tried to draw Superboy before, so it's pretty sweet.
Well, since I was able to move that Death of Robin sketch cover, I'm a little bit more confident with my Robins.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Who got it?
Ooh, I wonder if my black is dry. Oh hell
One
yeah!
of the dudes at Nickel City bought it.
Oh, it's sick. I was wondering if Kevin, because Kevin wanted that too, right?
Yeah. Well, I think he was just really hyped on it. I think it's tough, man. It's tough when you make them because you know how much work like goes into them. You want to support everybody, but it's also one of those things where it's like, we're artists, man. We're not in it. Like we love supporting each other by like cross posting and stuff, but that money is just sometimes not available to be able to give back.
Yeah, that's sound.
That's when you can drop a big fax. That's like even the Kickstarters. I try to at least back digital tiers, you know?
Yeah, it's the best way. It's best for the Kickstarter people too. Like,
yeah, because you get
that,
just the numbers get boosted.
yeah, and it's just free money. Like, it's the best thing you could do if you're just trying to support a Kickstarter. Like, just get it, and you can't, or you don't have the funds. Like,
Yeah, even like people don't realize that there's like just that tip option too, right? Like you can just back it and like throw on a buck or whatever.
and that just helps in general.
Yep, the numbers go up. Man, I got the Teen Titans song stuck in my head, man. Thanks, guys. Teen Titans. Let's go. What color is his gloves? Gloves and cuffs. We're gonna go yellow cuffs, green gloves.
Green. The
Yeah,
only
we'll
part
go
of his
green.
costume that's red is his shirt.
What about
Sometimes.
the belt? What about the belt? You know what? Let's try this. Let's go Posca. Let me see brushing out this Posca works. If not, then we'll just Stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. Hey, you ever done the thing where you blow your ink and then you start getting lightheaded because you're not breathing properly?
I'm blowing it through the nib, actually. I'm not even like blowing it to try and get those lines and stuff. I'm blowing it to try and get some spatter out of the nib. Because I don't want to go get my toothbrush.
Okay, let's see. I got green. Lay it down. Make a scene. Brush it out. And that's okay. It's not great though. I'm gonna stick to the Prism colors.
Damn, those came out cool. You know, we just do like really cool lines and didn't expect it. That was sick.
It's just you're suffering from toxic positivity of your own art. It's the confidence that you want to have as an artist, though. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
right.
like I'd rather see people way overhyped with their stuff than like the can kicking. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. You know, like
Oh, dude, I get like way hyped about my stuff because it's like I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. Like, dude, my Robin came out cooler than anything else I drew tonight. I like love how it came out. Honestly, like
I'm a big fan of take your own compliment.
I mean, you got to, or else you're just not going to do it, and you're just going to keep on infecting yourself. Like,
True that, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm super happy with how this is coming out. My leg is asleep. Oh, my leg.
I'm sitting on my fancy stool.
I was just like all curled up over my thing right now, trying to get some lines in.
Bam, 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 bam. T-E-N-T-I-T-A-N-S-T. So let's go.
I really need to color this, honestly. I didn't expect to get this far tonight. I gotta erase these pencils, though. I feel like my Super Boy is so stiff, though. I really wish I could try to fix it.
I didn't erase my pencils. They're still in there.
Me neither.
You just trap them in. They'll disappear.
Sure. And if they don't, they're just part of the thing.
Yeah.
Some people like it. Some people don't. I might even just spray fix mine. Make sure they really stick in there.
Okay.
I'm not disappointed with this. It's looking good. Question though, why even put the chisel on the marker?
I like the chisel. Hold on, we're gonna try and fix my We're gonna try and fix my lighting so it's a little bit better. All my ink is so shiny.
Max is a chisel guy, huh?
I like both. Okay, accent color, blue or pink?
Oh, I got a little battery. What's going on there? Let's see.
Pink. How would you pink?
Yeah, I'm feeling pink. Pink's good.
Okay.
Now, if you're a real artist, you'll go blue, just to spite us.
No, I'm just doing what I'm told. It's my job.
Oh, so that means you're even more of a real artist.
Yeah. I know it's right, but that's not what I'm being asked to do.
It's gonna look like trash, but it's your idea, so you can die on that hill.
No, the pink and green usually works really well.
Yeah, it does. Peanut butter and jelly, baby. That's the Tubiac Maniac. The blind comic is funny because it's like we made the costume like super like 80s 90s wrestler, um, with the whole intention of like someone looking at me like, did a blind guy dress you? You know. All right. Let's do some tones. I'm gonna try to cheat my shadows. Let's see. Let's see if I can cheat it with the Posca. I tried this earlier and it worked. So let's see if it works again. My new favorite hacks. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like there's some really wild textures going on lately. I feel like it's not just on that pro level like Jason Sean with his like finger smudging and stuff, and then David comes around, he's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, right.
I've always been a splatter fan. That's been my preferred texture.
It helps build noise on the page really nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, without using like screen tone or something.
Yeah. Let's go. The thrill is on. Oh,
I think just adding some like extra lines to Superboy is helping him out a little bit.
So Brandon.
Huh. Sorry, I'm
Being a
so
part of-
focused. I'm so quiet.
Yeah, it's been a quiet show for you.
No, yeah, dude, I've really, because I don't know, I did a lot.
'cause it's a
Like,
holiday.
I did so much on this tonight. I never make this much on a stream. Really happy with it.
The stream is strong tonight.
The stream is strong. Yeah, no. Plus, every time I talk, Max is talking, so I'm just like, I'm gonna let Max have some screen time. Everybody knows what I think and do. That's why Max is here to fill in my talking, because I'll just ramble about crap too.
Isn't that the point? I was going to ask you, for all the people that you've interviewed, are there any standout projects that you're really excited for this year?
Way to like put me on the pedestal there, Doug. Like,
well, you don't have to if you don't want to answer because you don't want to be, whatever. It's okay. I just think like you've got kind of the firsthand look, and it's just like
I do.
It's not just like like you've had the opportunity to make acquaintances with some pretty cool cats over the last year, especially.
Hey, really fast before I guys tell you that, look at this cross hatching I did, and it's awesome.
Some
I'm
crotch
so proud
hatching?
of it. Yeah,
Let me see your crotch hatching.
Look at my crotch. The crotch is probably the best thing on the Superboy. Not gonna lie.
That's mine. That's a good crotch.
It's a good crotch,
crotch
right?
hatching.
It's a
Good
good
crotch
crotch
hatching.
hatching. Dude, there's this dude, William Keepops Ibanez. He's really awesome. I can't wait to see more of his work. We threw him in an anthology recently too. For Comics Wellspring. Trying to think of who else off the top of my head. I
heard Max Flowers is cool. That's right.
Tony McMillan is doing some cool stuff right now. I love Tony so much. That's definitely a creator to look out for. Jeff DeMars is doing
Mhm.
his own like penciling stuff, so I'm really excited to see how that book turns out. And he might be doing some stuff with Apollo for that, so that'd be really sick. And so really excited for that. Apollo in general, there's so much work kind of getting pumped out through us right now that's like not done or just like in the works right now. So it's been really exciting. I myself have like a bajillion projects that are like about to like hit max, like to get lettered and like all sorts of stuff. So that's really cool. Once I'm bugging max, that's when I know I'm in a good part in a book. Like,
That's
can you
awesome.
fit this into your schedule?
And then Max is like, no.
Because some like
The
I
answer
like
is the answer is always no, but yeah, I can do it.
yeah, exactly.
No, but yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. I don't know. There's some other like stuff I don't know if I could talk about that I'm aware of.
Oh, yeah, you can
But
talk
all
about my
over.
stuff. It's okay.
I mean, all over. There's a lot of cool books coming out. I just started a new project yesterday. That I'm really excited to start because it's like I have a lot of really some of the books I write like make me really depressed.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be nice to like have like some mindless books that are
Yeah.
fun
I
and
gotta
exciting.
hustle a couple mindless projects. I have
Yeah,
I want to do an anthology called The Workhorse, and either it just be all my own short stories or like open it up for other people to toss their short stories into. But like have to do everything yourself. Um, so it's always just kind of like I've always got projects that I'm advancing. I got like a little horror thing I'm working on. I got another one where it's like I really want to do like just rats being scattered from a demolished building, and then like hawks picking them off in the parking lot, but making it look like like jet fighters taking them out and stuff like that.
that's like
I think it'd be pretty cool.
my it's raining, but it's like really loud. I wonder what's raining on right now. My
Probably cats
next
and
like
dogs.
little new project I've been talking to Tanner Ogle about, who's a great creator. Really recommend to look into him. He did my story for the punk anthology, but we're talking about doing like an ongoing series that'll be just like a lot of fun, like random. Like one day he's at a grocery store, and the next day he's fighting, aliens through time and shit. But I also love really long titles for some reason. But it's called Anxiety Boy and the Adventures of Crippling Existence. And it's just gonna be this really anxious kid, like just going through life in all sorts of mediums.
I mean, if you can turn it into a catharsis for somebody who deals with it, I think that'd be pretty powerful.
Yeah, right. Like there's gonna be a lot of really goofy stuff, but like also like serious because like anxiety sucks.
Yeah. Yep. It's horrible to see people suffer with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Well,
my next little shindig.
Cool, man.
But I'm trying to like really narrow down projects and give myself goals now. Like I'm going to write these 2 series so I could give them to my artist, Fake Your Death and Teenage Babylon. And that way they're out of my hands. And then I move on to the broadcast dialogues and Corpse Flower. And
Sweet.
huh.
I spoke with our friend China last night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Told her you were sending flowers her way.
Dude, yeah, she's the best. She's the best. Top tier artist, dude. China's extraordinary, man.
Yeah, she did cool work. She and Max did cool work for the coloring book.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Sick.
oh, I didn't know she was in that.
Yeah, me either. So
Yeah,
rad.
she did the top down centerfold, where all the gear was off. And she did the one where they were talking about pizza.
Oh
Just
wow,
really
yeah, look
fun.
at those. That's so
Cool
cool.
elements.
Dude, she produced so much work in like a year. Like she was telling me recently, she's like, I'm a little like fried out between work and this, and I'm just like feeling guilty. I'm like, dude, take a break. Like you're fine, dude. I gotta catch up to you. You're solid. You're amazing. That's another thing, like artists who don't give or writers who don't give their artists like some time, you know, or they're just like, no, we got to get this done. It's like, dude, no, like,
Yeah.
let your artist breathe.
One of the cool
I don't have
things
time to
about
breathe.
No, except for Max, I can't let Max breathe. That's
Max is
the
good.
one artist.
One of the cool things about this other project that I'm on is that like because the other dudes, other than just like brainstorming the writing of it, like they're not really like they can't contribute any art to it.
Mhm.
They're both really committed to just being hype men. One being from the UK, the other from the States. So it's kind of cool to have like a international front.
That's sick.
I think this is a good place for me. I can do all the background and stuff later.
Yeah, I
I'm pretty good.
finished.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done inking mine. I'm just gonna erase the pencils in a bit once it dries. You guys want to spotlight each other? I'll spotlight everybody.
Yeah,
What's that mean?
Put your thing in the center. Look at Doug's.
Oh,
Look at Doug's. Oh man, that's great.
boy wonder himself, dude.
Oh man,
Look at that. I
he's
think it's
like he's got
glitter.
stinky pits now though.
dude, your textures are getting better all the time, Doug. Freaking
Yeah, thanks,
great
man.
job. Great job. Check out Max's.
All right, how do I spotlight? Or are you gonna do
No,
that? How do
no,
do
I
it?
got it.
All
There
right,
we
cool.
go. Oof, Max. Fire, as always.
Damn.
I want it. T'Challa? No, dude. Or is this Booby?
I put in the little red X on the eye.
That's
Nice.
sick, dude.
Nice. That's
It
so
was a
awesome.
fun one. I need to get better at backgrounds, but it was fun.
We'll do
Nah,
a
man.
thing on it.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
how
did
to do
it
that.
perfectly.
Yeah, that was solid. I'm gonna try to color mine, but this is what I was doing this whole time. I did this little like Superboy that like bled into like a Carrie Kelly Batman and Dick Robin.
Good. What did you reference for that Robin?
I just found like a Robin swinging.
Good, man.
Yeah,
You nailed the dynamics of the image.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You getting there?
Getting there.
Oh yeah,
Fun
man.
stuff I wouldn't have done. This Superboy I'm not too hype about, but like that's the bottom half I'm super hype about.
The Robin looks awesome, man.
It does.
I think
I think it's because I was the last one I did, you know, like I started
you got warmed
with
up.
this, and then this came out next, and then I tossed in Robin right here, and Robin was the coolest one for sure. I kind of don't like the Superboy at all. I really don't.
Now check
But-
this
You
out.
gotta
Wanna
get
see
some
the, you wanna
white
see the
out.
part that really pisses me off? Look at this
Yeah.
mess.
Oh yeah, dude. I bet.
Just like
I feel you there. My drafting table's got a little shelf for tools, and I've always got stuff falling off of it because I just throw everything on there.
I am. We still gotta do the background. Sorry guys, I'm getting chastised.
Okay, good. All right, guys. I think that's a good stopping point, though. Great job.
Yeah,
tonight.
amazing.
4th of July
Thanks, guys.
and Bonanza. So pretty great. Pretty awesome.
So what
I had a
we're
blast.
gonna post all the finished ones over the next couple days?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I gotta post
Awesome.
my alien one. I gotta put the ink on there and finish that up. But yeah,
Amazing.
sick. Well, thanks for everyone for joining. Thanks. We'll give I would do my whole lowdown, but we're all pretty tired, so we're gonna
Okay,
sign
guys.
off here.
Have a great
Yeah.
night.
Thanks, Doug.
See ya.
Later, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.
But bam.